Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be doing another tutorial. I'll be painting an owl and I'll be linking in the description box below the reference image for this painting tutorial as always. And actually tonight I'm painting in the evening today, so it's quite different for me mood wise because I'm already in the sleeping mode. So but still, I decided to paint something because I feel like I want to paint something. So we will only be using a few colors today. In fact, we will only be using 5 colors. So these are the colors that we'll be using for today's painting tutorial. Excuse all those dried acrylics on my palette, but we have here black, mid yellow, phthalo blue, burnt sienna, and titanium white. So as you can see here, my canvas paper is already painted brown, not because I really intended this for this painting tutorial, but because I had some extra extra paints that was from a painting tutorial that I did. So I just used that to cover a blank canvas paper, and I thought one day I will use that canvas paper that is already painted brown for another painting tutorial. And I guess for my subject today, this is a good underpainting. So if you haven't underpainted your canvas or canvas paper, I recommend that you underpaint it with some dark browny color. Although the underpainting will not really matter too much because you can always underpaint it with whatever color that you want, to be honest. So for today's painting tutorial, I'll be painting the head of an owl, and we will only be using a few colors as I've already mentioned. So let's begin now, guys. I'll be sketching first the subject, and I'll be using my black in sketching the subject because actually the background of this owl is black. So the black color for sketching I think will be good for sketching purposes. Alright, so let's begin now. It's actually like a cat. I don't know why, but the shape of it reminds me of a cat. Because we're only painting the head, and as most of you probably noticed, my subjects are quite cropped because I like that style. All right, so this is looking weird right now, but later it will, because the shape looks like either a pillow or a cat's head. But yeah, later it will make sense. So I'll be mixing my black, okay, with some white. All right. Okay, and then I'm gonna add burnt sienna to that. So just add burnt sienna. So like this color. And I'm gonna use that. Actually, it's pretty similar to the underpainting, but okay, that's perfect. Now I'm gonna make some patterns. So we're still in the sketching part of this painting. If you look at the reference image, it's really focused more on the head of an owl, which I like. I really don't want to paint the whole like full body type of portraits. I just don't like that style because I don't know why, guys. It's just my style to paint crop subjects. All right. Okay. And then the sketch should now emphasize the the cheeks. I call those cheeks, but probably not. They are not really cheeks. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the same color to underpaint this area. As you can see, guys, I'm very loose when it comes to my sketching. Very loose. I applied the sketch very loosely because I just want to identify first the shape or the general shape of my subject. And since we're painting pet, no, not a pet, sorry guys, an animal, okay, so we're painting an animal and it has some feathers. I think being loose with my brush strokes is quite beneficial to achieving some patterns. So I'm using some dark browny color around this area. All right. Okay, also here. Of course, my hands. I'm just gonna use them directly. So even if it's already evening, if you've been watching my videos, you can still hear the street, the sounds of the street, because it's not really evening. It's just almost 7 p.m. So yeah, the streets are still quite busy. Again, we're still in the process of underpainting this, so nothing to worry too much. I'm just doing the general colors of my subject. I'm not worrying too much. So I'm using some black color along this area. And also here. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, like that. Okay, I'm gonna use the same mixture that we had at the beginning, the brown, black, and white. The brown, black, and titanium white. So it's like light brown, but quite muddy. And I'm gonna use that to, again, reshape the head because it's quite, okay, it's quite flat. It should be a little rounder. It should be like that. Just for you to see, I'm using black. And I'm just gonna underpaint this with that color. And as I told you guys, I'm very loose when it comes to my brush strokes. At this stage, all I want is to cover it with this color. All right, like that. Okay, I'm gonna get my black. I'm gonna cover like that. Okay, I'm gonna use my black plus brown. And I'm gonna use that to underpaint this side. All right, like that. I'm gonna get some gray color. So I'm gonna wash my brush out. I'm gonna get some gray. So I'm gonna get my white and black, just mix them, okay? And then I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna remove the excess water and just apply it here. I'm almost dry brushing, but I'm still using a bit of water just for me to be able to spread the paint quite evenly and smoothly on my canvas paper. We don't want it super dry brushing because this is still under painting, so it will be painted over anyway. But somehow I already want to create that patterns on the owl's feathers. And I'm already creating some feather patterns on the face. Like that. Okay, and the gray extends up to here, the gray color. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna use my black. As you can see here, it's starting to, shape already. We can see that the head of the owl is starting to form, right? But we're not even 50% done. So I'm gonna continue and sketch the nose. Oh, the nose, sorry guys. This is not the nose. This is the beak of the owl. Sorry. So it's shaped like a leaf, right? So it's shaped like a leaf, like that. Don't think of it as a nose just yet. Think of it as a shape of something. And it will be easier for you to understand the subject, of course. All right, so it's like that. And then I'm gonna use also black color to shape the eye or to sketch the eye. So for the eyes, okay, I think it's going to be here. Oops. Okay, like that. And I'm going to do it same way right here. All right, like that. Okay, for now let's just allow that to stay there for now. Let's do the details later. I'm gonna do the center of the eye using black color as well. And just fill in. All right. You can see it's starting to form already, right? So I'm gonna use the same method right here. All right, and just fill in. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do the details on the feathers. I'm gonna apply first some dark colors. So for that, we'll be using our black, of course, tiny bit of brown. Okay, we don't want to use too much black this time. we want to add some brown. All right, and then let's start creating some patterns. Oops, that's too light. I need more black. Okay, that would be it. So I'm going to create, just do this quite loosely, guys. You don't have to stress too much. We're creating natural looking patterns. So there's really no right way or right pattern to be followed. As long as the general pattern is respected, then it's all right. Okay, I think I have to correct some areas. Right. And also apply some dark. All right, you can see it's already starting to create the face. I'm gonna darken the size of the beak. Okay, just like that. And we're going to create some depth around the eyes by just darkening it. All right, just like that. Okay, I'm gonna get my brownie colors. Oops, let's do too brown. And I'm going to loosely apply that color. Okay, I need more brown. Yeah, okay, like that. Like this. All right, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna get my pure white, and I think I already ran out of white. I don't know if my camera is out of focus or something. Okay, so I'm gonna get my white. Okay, I'm gonna highlight some areas right here on the left side, but the way I am applying the paint is quite just dabbing. There's really no scrubbing or smearing over some paints. It's merely dabbing. Right, like that. Okay. Let's create some feather-like applications, or feather-like, brush strokes. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing over here on the left side, on the right side, I mean. Just dabbing some tiny dots here, visually representing those small feathers, or yeah, small feathers or thin feathers. And then we're going to do some dry brushing near the eyes, like that. I'm just using white, but I've removed the excess water from my brush for me to be able to create some hair-like brush strokes. Okay, I'm gonna go around the eyes. All right, like that. Patterns. Actually, this painting has a lot of markings. It has a lot of markings more than anything else. I'm gonna use more browns. All right, like that. So you can already see the face of an owl. And I'm gonna use now my yellow. So wash your brush out, get your yellow, and mix that with, I don't know, brown. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try, all right? So I'm just gonna underpaint this area. Actually, the black is still wet, but it's all right. Why is it? Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing right here. Okay, before we do any correction, let's just allow that first to dry because I don't want to smear some paints. So I'm gonna apply some more dark colors. Let's go back to some white to suggest tiny feathers. Okay. Going to create some suggestions of feathers as well on the forehead. I call it forehead, I don't know. So I'm just dry brushing up and down, and also here diagonal, and you can go even horizontal just to create that natural looking pattern on the owl's face. I'm going to overlap some of the feathers so that it really looks natural. This is called dry brushing, guys, meaning you don't really use a lot of water. It's not absolutely dry because, you know, the paint is still wet, but you don't use water, making it or giving it some texture. Again, I'm gonna use pure white to create more highlights on this area. Okay, like that. Okay, I'm gonna use more brown because I think I already ran out of brown. Okay, so I'm using more brown. So with this brown, I'm gonna apply some stronger values of brown like this. I don't know if I'm using the correct word, but meaning less white. I'm using less white with my browns this time. Oops. Okay, and then I'm gonna use some black colors again to give it more depth. Actually, by painting loosely, I appreciate more the natural patterns that it creates. Because when we paint too carefully, sometimes the painting looks like I just don't like that look. I paint like realistically as much as possible, but you know that look that it's perfect, because nothing really is perfect in nature. So I really don't like my painting to look like they are perfect. Like, for example, the feathers are only going in a certain direction. I kind of like the randomness of things, because that is what's making them real, right? So even if the subject, like computerized subjects, I just don't like the look of that. Just doesn't look right for me. Doesn't look real. It's just too good to be true. I hope I'm making sense, guys, and I hope some of you can relate to what I'm saying or what I'm trying to say. Because for me, being real is not being perfect. Okay, now let's go highlight the nose. Oh, sorry guys, it's not the nose. It's actually the beak. So for that, I'll be using some phthalo. Okay, I'll be using some phthalo and some white. Okay, tiny bit of black just to tone down the color. Okay, so maybe this color. And we're going to use that to highlight the nose. Oh, sorry, it's not the nose. It's the beak. Sorry guys, because the location of this area is quite, it resembles the location of the nose. So again, I'm just gonna highlight it using some blue colors. And I'm gonna use this blue color to apply it as well on certain areas, quite randomly on the owl. This is to make my subject look more coherent. I don't know if you get what I mean, guys. Meaning the color of one should also appear in some areas, because it makes the painting more one and whole. So there you go. I'm gonna get my pure white and I'm gonna highlight even further the beak. Okay, this time I did not make a mistake. It's the beak, not the nose. Okay. Adding more hairs. Okay. I'm using black to give it more dimension. I don't know why my phone is sleeping. Right, like that. Right, like that. Okay. Now let's go back to the eyes, because we merely underpainted it. We're going to fix it now. So I'm going to make this quite like more finished looking. So I'm using black and redefining the shape of this area. Okay, on and also here. Oops. All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna use my black now to finish the background. Okay, so I think I need more black. Okay, like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna get just pure white, just pure white. So let's highlight some areas on the face. All right. Okay. I'm gonna get my yellow plus white. I'm gonna mix them to create some light yellow color. Actually, I feel like we need some orange color. But I'm gonna stick to my colors right here. And I'm just gonna think of some other way to darken or deepen the color of my yellow. So I'm gonna lighten that part of the eye. Okay, I'm gonna get my pure white. I'm gonna dab a little dot like that, and then here as well. Okay, let's get our burnt sienna. Okay, just pure burnt sienna, just tiny bit, and I'm gonna use that to kind of deepen the corner of the eyes, just like that, and here as well. I'm gonna do the same thing right here. Just deepening the yellow color. Okay, like that. Like that. So I kind of like that. And using this brownie color, I don't know if I'm gonna apply it on the head quite randomly. Okay, to give it more depth. Okay, like that. Also, oops, that's too light. We want to use some darker browns. Okay, here and here as well. I'm gonna use some highlights right here. Okay. Oh my gosh, it looks like an owl already. What do you think? All right, that's amazing. I'm gonna mix my brown and black. Okay, I don't know why my phone is sleeping. I don't know why, but it should not be sleeping, guys. It should not be sleeping. I'm gonna apply some brownie colors, like deeper browns. I'm using my fingers to tap it and to create the texture that I like, or the brush stroke. It's not a brush stroke, but I'm using it to apply the paint to give me some natural look. So I'm just tapping, all right, like that. Right, like that. Actually, I categorize this as very, like, one of the easiest tutorials, I think, that I've done. It's quite easy because I'm not really having a hard time right here. I know that the difficulty is quite relative. It varies from different person, I mean from one person to another, but I guess generally this is not really super hard. Not really. So I'm creating more depth. Oops, that's too much. It's too black. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna get my white and create some more dry brushing. So just remove the excess water from your paintbrush and create some feather-like brush strokes. This will resemble the feathers on the face of the owl. Dry brushing. Okay, again, I'm gonna dry brush right here, down here, to give that feather-like image, okay? It's all about controlling your brush and not the other way around. Should not be controlling you. I'm gonna use my, okay, I'm gonna use my black to give it more depth right here. Okay, I don't know if you heard someone sneezing, but it's my neighbor. All right, like that. I don't know why they're so noisy, guys. Always noisy. So I'm gonna use more dark colors. All right, like that. Oh my gosh, this is nice. This is nice, guys. And I think I will remove the tape just for me to be able to see the view or the full view of this. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the tape now. Actually, it's not really necessary for me to remove the tape because the subject is right here in the middle. Okay. So I'm just gonna use some dark browns just to finish the painting. Okay. All right, like that. All right. Again, I'm gonna use some white because I feel like obsessing over some details. More white. Okay, I'm gonna use some gray color because I feel like this is just pure white right here. It should have some depth. So I'm gonna apply, okay, just like that, making it look more natural. Okay. All right, like that. Use more black right here. Okay. Hello to my channel. If you're wondering what are those sounds that you hear from the background, those are straight sounds. I hope you don't mind, guys. Anyway, we're almost done. I'm gonna get tiny bit of white for more detailing right here. Just try to overlap a bit. Okay, just like that. Okay, again, more white. Okay, my phone is sleeping again. And highlight the eye or the eyes. So we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. Just apply some white. Okay. I'm gonna do some more highlights. Because here I am again obsessing over the details. Although I told you guys that I really don't like details. But when I reach that point of almost finishing the painting, then I obsess over the details. I don't know if it's just me, but that's the truth. All right. Let's apply some gray color right here. Okay, and then using black, let's finish the beak. Okay. Okay. I'm obsessing already. Okay, more feather like brush strokes down here and here. It's more feathery or more highlights on the left side than on the right. I'm gonna apply some brownie colors. Right, like that. This is so good, right? It's so good. So I'm gonna remove the remaining tapes that I have here, although it really doesn't matter, but I just want to show you the full view. So, okay, so that's the owl, and I'm just gonna close that background, this area where the tape was placed. So I'm just gonna close that to make it look more clean, but we're generally done. The painting is done because I've obsessed so much over it. All right, like that. So I'm just closing it. So there you go, guys. This is the owl painting. Okay, guys, sorry. I think I need to fix this part. Okay, like that. Let's add more details. Let's add more details, guys. Right. Oh my God. I think I have this tendency of, yeah, but I think we're doing just fine. We're just 1 hour in, so yeah. All right. This is so good. This is so good. I really like this. Okay. Oh my gosh. So nice, guys. I think we're done, guys. What do you think? I think we're done. So I'm gonna sign this now. And for the signature, I'm just gonna use my white. So we started from scratch, really, and I'm really happy with the result. So I'm gonna sign right here. All right, we're done, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this one, like this video. And okay, here I go again. Here I go again, guys. Trying to obsess. So I just added more depth and more feathers. Okay. All right. I think we're done, guys. I'm overdoing it, right? So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this owl painting of mine. I really like this one, and see you in my next video, guys. Like this video, share this with your friends, tag me on your Facebook or any social media posts when you recreate my paintings, or by following my tutorials. See you in my next video, guys. Have a great day. Ooh, the tape. This is the tape.